So Austin's medical journey really started early. When he was 7 months old, we found out he was diagnosed with this condition called craniosynostosis. It's a really scary word. We had no idea even what it was. We found out from his surgeons that it would require a pretty intensive surgery, even at that early age.
So craniosynostosis means that your skull has sutured together. So you're born with your skull sutured together instead of in pieces. So metopic is this suture right here. So the front of his skull was closed. So what that means is his brain would not have room to grow properly.
So we kind of went through a pretty traumatic kind of early experience when he was this little bitty baby. We're new parents, we're young, and you don't know what to expect. You don't know what the future is going to look like. We learned when he was not quite 2 years old that he needed a second surgery, and hopefully going to address everything and he'd be good to go. We learned as he grew and he became older that he was actually going to require a third surgery, and that was actually kind of when this whole journey started with Make-A-Wish.
So for me, well, as a kid, it's a bit hard to fully comprehend it. So when my wish was granted, I think I was 13 at the time, and when I actually went on location, when I went and showed them my idea, designed it and all that, that was when I was 14. And right now I'm 22, so about 8-year difference, more or less.
So for us in our family, Nicole and I started watching Survivor in season 2. They were in the Australian outback. It became kind of part of our tradition, weekly tradition. Austin, he was a baby when we started watching the show. As he grew up and he got older, he started watching the show with us. And, of course, it's funny, as an adult, you watch The Social and some of the other parts of the game. As a kid, he really was intrigued by the challenges and obstacle courses, and he didn't care about who's getting voted out, but it was like, wow, look at these people going through this obstacle course in a jungle.
Coming directly out of my surgery, that was rough experience for me. I don't remember a whole lot of specifics, but I remember thinking about, I just got to get through this to go do my wish, and I still remember watching Survivor while I recovered. Obviously, Survivor would have been a part of my life regardless of the wish, but because of Make-A-Wish is what let me even get close to the path I'm on now.
It does take a village to raise your kid. And I feel like because of Make-A-Wish, we have this whole other village. It's now in an adult capacity because, kids, they don't always listen to their parents. But it's nice that he has men in his life that have really mentored him and just help him be the best person he can be.
A wish is about just how can a child get that perfect world, even if it's just for a little bit, whether it's for a day, a week. Because when I was there, I was like, this is the perfect world. And for me as a wish kid, that's what the wish is about.
Wishes change lives. They change moments in your life. They change your future. And it doesn't just change the kid, it changes the family. All you want is for your kid to be okay. So if you can have that moment of happiness or that day of happiness where you're not worrying about other things, it makes a difference.
Just thank you for granting my wish. It's meant the world to me.
I want to introduce you to a really special guest. This is Austin. We met Austin through our friends at Make-A-Wish. Austin's dream was not only to come visit, but to also create a challenge that would make it on the show. You went in to see John Kirchhofer, and you had to pitch him. What was that moment like?
It was a really great moment that I'll always remember.
And Kirchhofer looked at me and he said, I think it's going to get on the show. And this is the challenge that Austin created. It was a massive challenge. You get the final word. How do we wrap this up? How do you wrap up this experience?
I just wanted to help the show. You're welcome.